when Tiger was there, Harold Ballard bought the Hamilton Tiger Cats, right? And he had tigers on the ice, right? Tiger, remember that?
Yeah.
And he had a jacket, one leaf, blue and white with a leaf logo, and then the black and yellow Tiger Cat jacket. And when Tiger would score a goal from time to time in Maple Leaf Gardens, he'd go and touch the tigers for Ballard, eh? So two colorful characters.
Oh my God.
Well, one of the reasons for that was the league wanted him to take the Hamilton Tiger Cats off the boards. They were also on the boards. And so Mr. Ballard said to me,
and they didn't want that sponsorship.
If you ever score a goal or you do something, make sure you go touch the tiger, the Tiger Cat. And then, so he just told the league, well, they're the Hamilton Tiger Cats and my tiger, so stick it up your ass. They're not going anywhere. So that's how that got going.
What's your favorite Ballard story, Mr. Ballard story?
I love a Ballard story.
Well, I can tell you a million of them because I love the guy.
Yeah.
Even though he traded you.
I love the guy. Well, he never traded me. Some moron called Punch Imlach traded me.
Fair.
But this Rolex watch, Mr. Ballard gave that to me. I don't think Darryl got one. I mean, he treated me like gold. And the thing.
I got a tea service, huh?
The thing that was amazing about Mr. Ballard was, and for all of us that played there, what did he want from you? What did he want from you? That crest. Are you willing to die for it? That's all he wanted.
So I'll tell you a Harold Ballard story. So when we played together back in the 70s, we always looked for a time during the season where guys could get together, have a little bit of blowout, So I organized this ice fishing trip up on Lake Simcoe. It's about an hour north of the city.
Yep.
We practiced. There's the orange school buses there. We loaded up with Swiss LA chicken and Molson's beer, and we're going up to Lake Simcoe to have a little fish.
Sounds
thing, right?
amazing, right?
So by the time we get there, 2, 3 in the afternoon, the guys have had a few beers. We get there, and they had these big bombardiers. You could put like 10 guys in one. It was like a tank with the skis on. Lake Simcoe's a dangerous lake, eh?
Okay.
So we're getting ready to go, 10 guys in one, 10 in the other, ready to go. And the owner had to go up to the house. They didn't have a cell phone. His wife called him. But now we're sitting there. So Ian Turnbull's had a few beers in him, jumps in the front seat, puts the thing in gear. Well, we start going out, and the guy comes out, and he's pissed, because it's, and it's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. We're sitting in there, and we're looking out, and he's freaking waiting. So we didn't start the trip off very well, right? So anyway, we do the whole fishing thing. Now it's about 7, 8 o'clock at night. We're getting ready to go back to the city. And I'm in the guy's kitchen trying to straighten, and he's giving me a hard time. He says, there's a mess out there, lures missing, and whatever. I said, listen, I'm an honest guy. Just send me the bill. I'm going to take care of it. Mm-hmm. So now we get back to Toronto. 4 days later, I'm in the dressing room, coming in after practice. The trainer says, Mr. Ballard wants to see you up in his office. No idea. And that never happened very often. So I'm 25 years old. Go up to Ballard's office, and you know where it is up there. And he's sitting at his desk, and I walk in. Darryl, sit down. So I sit down. He says, I want you to read this letter. So he hands me this letter. Dear Mr. Ballard, your player's a bunch of boors. Tigers pissing on the post office steps. Beer cans here. Chicken bones there. Environment Canada. Sittler this and that. So I'm reading this to myself. I'm like, holy shit, So I put the letter back in front of Mr. Ballard, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. He goes, you know what I'd do if I were you, Darryl? I go, he said, I'd shit in a brown paper bag, wrap it up, and send it to the guy. He said, now get the hell out of here. Marketing 101, eh? He just wanted to let us know we knew what was going on.
That's the other thing with him. Tell him the facts.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
And so when there was a shit show, and there was a few of them, go to him right away and tell him we're in the Jarvis house. Yes, we punched out a bunch of guys. But if you went and told him, he looked after you. If you tried to hide it from him, he wouldn't respect you, and he wanted you out as fast as he'd get you out of there. So that's what I loved him. He was an honest guy, and he wanted you to be the same. How hard is that? It's the easiest thing you can do in all our lives. Just be friggin' honest, everybody listening.
Be honest, yeah. Honesty is the best policy. So you loved the guy. You had,
I like Mr. Ballard. I understood him as he got older, Tiger. Sometimes his thinking was off a little bit. I don't know if it was his diabetes or what it was. So he would do a lot of irrational things and a lot of things to get the media attention,
Yes.
So he wouldn't think about some guy, who he's saying something negative about how that person would feel, whether a player or myself or whoever. Where things changed with me is when he hired Punch Imlach. And Punch Imlach came back. And we all respected Punch. He won the cup in the in the 50s or whatever it was, but we were around
But he
guys,
had been a step to the side by that point.
we had been around guys who played for Imlach, and we knew he didn't respect having a players union. He didn't respect a player's rights. He treated you like a piece of friggin' meat, and he made sure he did, So if you were on the bad side of him, for whatever reason, I happened to be that person, then I had to stick up for him. I had a no-trade contract, which I was fortunate to have, else I would have been gone way before anybody else.
And there weren't a lot of people
And then
with
I
no
did
trades at that time, right?
Very few.
Very few, yeah.
I was in a position where I could get
you
that,
could.
So then it became an issue with he and me. I was a vice president of Players Union. I was a captain of the team. I'm a popular guy, popular with my teammates, all that sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he did things like banning me from going on Hockey Night in Canada, stuff like that. Showdown, we had the Showdown. We taped it in September. He didn't want me to go. I participated in the 2 years before. So a lot of little things like that. And then Tiger was around it, Tiger. So then he started trading guys, guys with character, Patty Boutette and
Lanny?
Lanny.
Right? So
Yeah.
we're talking like
Well,
kind of
what he
70,
did, what he
right?
what he
Well, yeah.
did, he had a no trade, so he couldn't get rid of him. So what he did to try to cripple him, he started with Lanny, got rid of Lanny, then he got rid of me, and I'll tell you how much class that man had. When he traded me, we were in Long Island, and after the game, I get up to go to the washroom at 2 in the morning, and he threw an envelope under the door and says, "You've been traded. There'll be a driver taking you to the airport at 8 in the morning." Didn't have the balls to come and tell me
That's
to my
incredible.
face or where I was going or anything. And the other guy that was my roommate, and it was the first time we roommated together, we should have figured it out, me and Jerry Butler, that we were gone. And he was out a little bit late that night. And so when he come in, I told him, we got traded. And his name wasn't even on the list.
Okay.
And he goes, "Well, my name's on the list." "Well, I've heard through the grapevine that you and I are gone." He's, "Where are we going?" I said, "I don't know."
Yeah.
So
He was gone.
we get in the cab, we go to the airport, we're on the plane, we land in Toronto. There was no media release that time. We go home, and they said, "We'll let you know." And all of a sudden they call us and say, "Well, you got traded to Vancouver." But it was whoever was the assistant general manager at that time. But that's how gutless that person was.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no
To
respect
just get a letter.
for us. And it was too bad he wasn't the coach. Then we could have ran the shit out of him and cut his head off.
Yeah, he was none of us enjoyed playing for him,
No.
And I'll go back to people say I took the C off the jersey, which, that's a big thing to take the C off. And I'll explain a little bit why. So all these things were happening from September through training camp, all the way through Hockey Night in Canada, trading guys, all this sort of stuff, right? And he was challenging me. He thought because you're the vice president of the Players Association and you're the captain, that's a conflict of interest. Alan Eagleson was my agent, and he said, "Alan Eagleson says it's white. I'm going to say it's black. Get rid of your agent."
Yeah.
All these number of things. So anyway, it came to a point where when they traded Lanny, I went to the morning skate, and on my way home that morning, I said to him, "What am I doing here? I'm here to play hockey. That's what I'm paid to do. I'm getting all this other stuff that I don't need, don't want. He has no respect for me. I'm just going to go take the C off." And I told my wife, and she said, "Darryl, So I wrote some notes out why I was going to do it, because I didn't want to see the media after the game. So I go to the rink that night, go to training camp, or the warm-up. None of these guys know what's going on. I come off early, and I'm in the washroom, and I asked the trainer for a scalpel, and I got my jersey, and it's triple stitch, and I didn't want a big friggin' hole. I'm getting friggin' shaky.
You're using it for the rest of the year.
I go to Gunner, I said, "Gunner, don't say anything, can you just take this off?" So in the meantime, the players came in, I came out, and I went to the coach's office. Floyd Smith and Dick Duff kind of told him what I was doing. And just as I did that, Dickie Duff left, and I think he was going to run up and tell Imlach what was going on, right? And I was a little nervous about that. So now I go into the room, very emotionally, not a smart ass, to tell these guys this is what I've decided to do, okay?
Yeah. That's big.
What happens is, never happened before, never happened after. As I just finished my thing, the stick boy kid comes in, he says, "The Zamboni broke down." He said, "The game's going to be delayed." So I'm thinking, "Oh, shit, Imlach's going to come down and tell me to take my friggin' jersey off." Never happened, okay? So then we play the game, and then what happened that happened on a Saturday night. The Monday morning, Floyd Smith comes to me, he says, "Darryl," he says, "you've been such a great, piece of the organization." He says, "What we'd like to send you and your family on a vacation to Florida, And I'm thinking, no, I'm here to play hockey. I'm not going to Florida, right? So I tell Smitty that. We have a 2-day practice. Imlach comes down, he calls me and he says, did Smitty tell you we're sending you to Florida? I said, you're not sending me anywhere. My job's to play hockey. I'm going to show you and I'm going to show everybody else that that's what I'm going to do. And I don't say this, and I didn't realize it until after the fact. So the second half of the season, I was second to Gretzky in scoring, everything. So the next night I go and get a hat trick. The next night, it's pissing Imlach off, you know.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So now he starts saying, well, that's the way we had to motivate him. So he's taking the credit for getting me freaking going, right? So all this shit. So Tiger and all, he was like that. But I'll say this today, and I'll say it in front of Tiger. What was most rewarding about that, they asked other players to put the C on. And the guy said, no, Darryl's our captain. He doesn't need the C on. You know? So to me, that's a measurement for me that, and my teammates, the character of the guys here, and respect. So, hey, would I want to go through it again? No. Did you have to go through it? I've always believed, and still to this day, you try to do the right things for the right reasons. And if you do that, you can live with yourself, eh?
Yep.
And Imlach was doing all these other things, and I felt, and Tiger felt it was important that we do the right things for the right reason. It wasn't fun.
That's
That was the
incredible.
story.
He was always our captain. That wasn't going to change. It didn't matter what Imlach did. He was our captain, and there's nobody in that room was going to put that C on. And I know we talked to the other guys, but I made it very clear to the guys in the room, and I was, at the younger part of the organization as teammates there, and I said, anybody accept that captain job, you will never play a game because you'll be in a coffin.